So in the news, they've been talking a lot about working from home and the impact it has had on the city. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna head into Liverpool Street and take a look at some of the food shops, some of the activity around lunchtime. Normally it's supposed to be very bustling, but yeah, we'll see how busy it is now. There's all the working from home. So I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, yeah. I was finna write a song, but I've been hella stressed. But I looked in your eyes and noticed I'm hella blessed.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
Yeah, so you have to wear your mask while you're on the train. It's very quiet. I normally work in the city and it's much busier than this. So we'll see once we get to Liverpool Street how it looks. So the next stop, Liverpool Street, and it's still pretty quiet. It got a little busy at Stratford, but we'll see what it looks like once we arrive. If you take a look. Yep, still pretty quiet.
So guys, although I didn't go into central London with Kev on this particular day, I believe we all know how difficult the past few months has been for all of us, and it has affected all of us, some more than others, but we've all been touched by this in one way or another. I think what was really shocking watching this video that Kev took was how empty the streets were. I mean, unless you live in London and you know what Liverpool Street looks like on day-to-day basis, you would probably think this doesn't look too bad, but it is extremely bad. Whereas I've been here in the middle of the day around lunchtime and you can barely find place to walk, and you're dodging people trying to get around, right? So to see so much space, it almost looks foreign. Almost can't even recognize the street without people being on it. Well, apart from that, you know, we're seeing a lot of food businesses close, a lot of little side shops close, like this photo place here that's always bustling in Liverpool Street. It's currently closed now. And the thing is, it's obvious these businesses are closed and impacted, but I don't know if people realize the magnitude of what's going on in terms of like even the support businesses that touch these buildings every single day, from cleaning services to window cleaning services to the elevator maintenance crew to all these type of businesses that are impacted. It's not just food. The support system behind it, all of them are impacted, and it is just really startling to see London almost grinding to a halt because of this virus and what's happening. Going back to some stats, back in May 2020, when we were still in the height of the peak of the first virus, during lockdown we had approximately 7.6 million jobs, we were told, at risk. And when that was mentioned, it includes permanent layoffs, temporary furloughs, and people working pretty much reduced hours. And from research, it was noticed that the people with the lowest income were the ones more likely to be vulnerable for job losses. And I mean, it goes back to what I was mentioning about the cleaning services and those type of people who are actually supporting these businesses day to day, right? We see the obvious Pret and Eat and those companies close, but the actual people who do a lot of the heavy lifting and a lot of work in the background that aren't necessarily seen are really, really impacted by this, and they weren't necessarily making a lot of money to begin with. So I think it's really important for us to come together and support each other during this time, not only financially but mentally and emotionally as well, just checking on each other.
So as you can see, a lot of the businesses are either closed, not opened, or have very light traffic. Yeah, not a good picture. Very different to how it normally looks. Note that it's about 12:40 p.m. So it should be the heart of the lunch hour, but very, very different to what it normally is. So normally you would have a market where I am at the moment, where you'll be selling a lot of food, a lot of market stalls, but nothing at the moment. I don't know when they're gonna start it back. Still about 1, just after 1. and this is on a weekday, so you could see what it looks like for food businesses, especially in the city. Not much activity at all. And if the working from home continues for the next 6 months, as is the plan by the government, yeah, who knows what will happen to the businesses.
So we didn't want this video to be all doom and gloom. Obviously, we're all in this together, so we know it's tough. But there are some positives in all of this and some opportunities on the horizon. So we can speak about our own personal experience, Kevin and I, where we've had the opportunity to spend a lot more time together as a family. And the amount of time we have been able to spend together having fun and doing lots of things. Yes, we weren't able to go or very far or travel much, but the time spent with each other bonding with our kids is priceless, right? So that's one. The other point is us having to slow down, and like we were literally rushing to work every single morning, literally both of us running to catch a bus, to catch a train on time, and all of that just settled. And I felt such peace over the past few months. So that's one positive. And another positive, I think there's lots of opportunity for local communities to become more developed over the next few months, couple years, and the concentration and focus on London will probably be dispersed more evenly across the UK. Now, granted, yes, on the flip side, there are more areas that are affected. There are areas that are affected more terribly by this situation, this pandemic, than others. So yes, it may not be even still across the board, but there is still opportunity for local communities to become more developed, have a lot more stores opening locally, rather than having that concentration within London and the London hub. I believe if we think that things are going to go back to exactly how they were, it's a bit naive in thinking. I don't think it will necessarily go back, to be quite honest. I mean, time will tell, we will see. One of the other opportunities that I see on the horizon is the house prices. Now, again, everything is concentrated in London, and the house prices in London are extremely high, extremely expensive. I think there's an opportunity there again for house prices outside of London to increase in value. You'll see a lot more people moving out of London so that they can get more space, better quality of life, and we've already kind of seen that transition already. So I think that's another plus that people can look forward to, and I think is probably that will be good for the UK on a whole. We would really like to hear your comments and views on this video. What challenges have you experienced over the past few months? What are the opportunities or the positives that you see for yourselves or for the UK as a whole coming out of this pandemic? Feel free to drop your comments down below. If you like this video, remember to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for, guys? Click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can get more content like this from us. And feel free to keep watching and enjoy the couple scenes left of Spitalfields Market and the surrounding area of Liverpool Street.
Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park.
Yep, so I'm leaving Liverpool Street now. Yeah, not sure when else I'll be coming back into the city, but not a good picture today. But hopefully things get better with the virus. In terms of working from home, I don't know when things will go back to normal, if they will.
It is mandatory to wear a face covering
have to
at all
wait and
times
see.
during your journey.
So bump all that anxiety. But you hit to the side of me. I feel like I'm gliding. And honestly, look, I don't want you saying that you had a better chance.